we going by every philosophy and everything that we told. And the things that we told, the thing is, we not researching.
Some of us have to.
What do you mean by some of us have?
Some will have to.
Right. So some of the things that we've been told is half true.
Right.
So now.
No, we go by because we got the physical features of Asian people. No, yes, we do.
The Asians come from us.
Yeah, they do.
They
come
was
from
born
us.
out of.
Yeah, but we still got the same features. Also, not we're a different race, but we got the same features.
We don't have slanted eyes, brother.
Some of us do.
Some of us are Asians. We got because. So now this is Deuteronomy 32, and we in verse 8.
Some
so check
of us
this
do.
out.
So some of us do.
So we
got Indian and Asian, brother.
We gonna get. I'm gonna answer all that and show you all.
Okay.
You get.
Show me all
you
that.
get Numbers chapter 1. So Deuteronomy 32 again.
When the Most High divided to the nations.
So God, and did with all mankind. It says He divided the nations.
Yep.
So when He divided us, every nation He gave. So go ahead, finish that.
Their inheritance.
Their inheritance. The inheritance that He divided is land.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
go
yes,
ahead.
land.
He
Yes,
divided the nations by different lands. Go ahead.
When he separated the sons of Adam.
Because He separated the sons of Adam. Go ahead.
Okay,
He
go
set
ahead.
the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
He said the bounds of the people, their boundary, according to the children of Israel. So He made sure that His righteous seed, which are the Israelites, got the best choice land, and He gave each nation their territory that they were supposed to dwell in.
Yep, He did that.
So now, the Asians did not come about. So, this is Genesis. I was looking for Genesis.
Yeah,
Chapter.
they're a weak part of our heart. They're a weak part of our history. China, Japan.
Y'all bring the mic.
17 and 8. It should be Yasha.
Well, the white devil, he doesn't like anything that's up to his expectation. You know what
So
I'm saying?
Genesis 17.
You know, the white devil
verse
doesn't
8.
like
the
anything
book
up to
of
his
Genesis.
expectation.
So now, right, this
know
ain't
that.
for them.
You
So
know that,
Genesis,
man.
check this out, Genesis 17 and 8. So remember, we came from Abraham, right? So now
Yeah,
we're
we
going to
did,
deal with
yep.
something that
Abraham,
God told
yep.
Abraham. So check this out.
Genesis 17 and 8. And I will give unto thee, and to thy seed after thee, the land wherein thou art a stranger, all the land of Canaan.
So God said, God promised to Abraham that He would give his seed the land of Canaan. Canaan was a person before it was ever a place.
Yeah, okay, I
Canaan
read.
was one of Ham's sons, who are the Africans. So
I
he
read.
was a person before it's a place. So now the place where the Canaanites dwell, God said He was going to give us that land
Okay, I read.
for an inheritance. So when Him giving us that land for an inheritance, you didn't hear anything about Asia as of yet. So
Okay,
Asia
yeah.
did not come into existence. So now we
We
dealing
still
with
got the features. We still got the features. Now, we don't directly come. They come from us. You're right. You're right about that. I'm just saying, man. I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
So God promised to Abraham that He get the land of Canaan, and He would give it to his seed for an inheritance. So now, when we got that land of Canaan, we dwelt there, and the land was then changed to the land of Israel. You get what I'm saying? So we.
I get what you're saying.
So now, when we dealing with the Asians, Numbers chapter 1, and it should be 18. Because I'm gonna deal with something that you said as far as us being part them and things like that. So
Yeah,
Numbers
we are.
chapter
Because
1
we are.
and
Because we
verse
got the features. We got the features.
18.
brother.
And they assembled all the congregations together on the first day of the second month. They declared their credit.
So now he assembled. So now God assembled all the children of Israel and got them all together. Go ahead in the second month
After their families,
after their families. Go ahead
by the house of their
by
fathers.
the house of their fathers.
Okay.
Because what happens?
So what part you read?
So this is Numbers chapter 1 and verse 18. What I'm
Old Testament. Old Testament.
Old Testament. What I'm establishing is that the seed, who carries the seed, the man or the woman? No,
The man.
the man got the sperm.
You're right.
And the man plants the sperm inside of the woman to create
That's
the
true.
baby.
That's true.
So then we are the nationality. We come from our fathers. So whatever nationality our father is, then that is who we are. Because it says by the house of their fathers. So now, it's impossible for us to have traits of our children. Because remember, Ammon and the
Okay,
Moabites.
brother,
let me
what we
finish.
come?
Let me finish.
You gonna say Africa?
Ammon and the Moabites.
Okay.
They come from Lot. Lot was a Hebrew.
Yeah, you was.
So Lot's children, the Ammonites, they took on we naturally take on characteristics of our parents, of the fathers. So it's impossible. The ones that you say may have slanted eyes and may be dark skinned, they could be the seed. Because remember that seed makes the difference, not the skin color.
It's the skin color, but it's the features. It's the features. It's the features, brother. Features. They got the features. They got the features, though.
Regardless of the features. So what we dealing with is the fact that, so now let's get Deuteronomy chapter 6. This is what's important, and this is what we got to focus on, because until we do, our condition ain't going to change. The hell with the doctrines that we've been taught and the things that we heard, the half-truths. So instead of the half-truths, let's deal with what's real.
We don't want to have truth.
And this is what's real. So Deuteronomy chapter 6, no, actually it's Deuteronomy chapter 6, and we'll start at verse 24.
Deuteronomy 6 and verse 24. And the Lord commanded us all to do these statutes.
So the Lord commanded the Israelites, the black and Hispanics, because we all one nation. He commanded us to do all his commandments that he gave us. Go ahead.
To fear the Lord our God.
And he told us to fear him. You get what I'm saying? Go ahead.
For our good always.
For our good sometimes.
Always.
For our good always. Because what God did, man, Deuteronomy 7 and 6. So when he gave us the laws, statutes, and commandments, he wanted us to keep those things and then have fear of breaking them. It says for our good always. What does that mean? Because we had a place in this earth. Deuteronomy 7 and 6.
Thou art a holy people.
God created us, and when he created us, he said we were a holy people. Go
Yes,
ahead.
we were.
To the Lord thy God.
Unto the Lord God our Creator.
Do you believe we was the first? Do you believe we was the first?
Say it again.
Do you believe we were the first?
Of course. The
All
first
right,
man
then,
created
you
was a
got
man
that
of
right.
color.
I'm with you right
so
there.
what I'm trying to say is we got to get back to that though.
Right.
Because until we get back to
I
that,
agree with you
we're
there.
not going to understand how to deal with one another. We're not going to understand how to eliminate the violence. We're
Right.
not going to understand how to keep the household together.
That's right.
Instead of the man go one way, the woman and the children go another way, and then the children end up
We
oppressing
got to
the
agree
parents.
on one thing. We got to agree on it.
We got to agree on the scriptures.
Yeah,
Because
that's
God created us to be a holy people, a holy nation. Go ahead.
The Lord that God has chosen.
And then God chose us. So when somebody choose you, it comes with a responsibility.
Yes,
We
it
didn't
does.
choose
Yes, it does.
ourselves.
That's true.
So
That's
with
true.
him choosing us, now it's something we have to do.
That's
Go
true.
ahead.
To be a special people.
He chose us to be special.
Yeah,
man.
we are special people.
Exactly. Go ahead.
Unto himself.
Unto himself. Go ahead.
Above all people.
Equal to.
That's right.
Go ahead.
That are upon the face of the earth.
Above all people
Yes, sir.
that are upon the face
Yes,
of the
sir.
earth. So we gonna get that
Yeah,
high
I agree with you
stature
there. I
back.
agree with you there
Go
so
ahead.
far.
We get that stature back because right now we ain't above. Right now we the scum of the earth. That's what they call us. Right now we in the ghettos, we in the slums, the houses are out of order. We can't pay our bills, we can't even buy food. Right now. We there because of disobedience. We there because we have
Yes, sir.
forgotten.
It's some disobedience. Yeah, we have forgot. That's
Yeah,
true.
we forgot. So now what God is doing is waking us back up.
We got to be
You
waking
get what I'm
up.
saying? He waking us up.
Yes,
and when
sir.
he
Yes,
wakes
sir.
us up, he's telling us to remember all the laws, statutes, and commandments for our good always, because we looking for a blessing from the Lord. Are we
You
not?
look for a blessing. You
The
look for
blessing
something.
of the
You
Lord
look for
comes from,
something.
so
You
get
look
Deuteronomy
for
chapter
what
28 and
you
1.
want to bow. You answer. No,
So now, I know, I trust, I'm with you, we all right. So now, it says for our good always, go ahead.
That he might preserve us alive.
Because when we keep the commandments, he's going to preserve us alive.
All right.
It ain't gonna be us getting our parents getting phone calls in the middle of the night
Right.
saying your son is out here in the street laid out.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna be no more. It ain't gonna be no more RIP t-shirts, right? They ain't gonna need to. The police ain't gonna need to carry an opium shot to prevent against overdoses,
Right.
because we gonna have these laws, statutes, and commandments, and with the laws, statutes, and commandments, it's gonna
That's
keep
true.
us alive.
Yes, sir.
Because now, check this out. A lot of our people today, they walk around and they dead.
Right.
But that sounds crazy that I say that they walking
That you
around
know,
and
but
dead.
you thought you know something, but you really don't.
What makes us dead though? So now,
Not real true knowledge. Not real true knowledge.
Ephesians 2.
Not real true knowledge makes you dead.
Right. Without having the true knowledge, it makes us dead. We are a zombie. They create movies.
zombie.
They
You
create
zombed
movies
out.
and they say the zombies are the undead, right? That's
right.
or the dead that's walking around. So when we don't have these laws, man, we actually become zombies. And we still populate the earth. So now this is what makes us classify as when I say a lot of us are walking around the streets dead. So Ephesians 2 and 1.
And you hate he quickened,
So it says that you hath he quickened, go ahead.
who were dead in trespasses and sins.
And
Do you
who was
believe?
once
Do you
dead in
believe in the
trespasses
cross?
and sins.
They used to burn crosses, man.
Say it
They
again.
used to burn crosses. Do you believe in the cross?
No, I don't.
All right, then. I
No,
believe
I
in
don't.
you. I believe in you that
Because
way.
the cross is an idol.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
So
more
get
than an idol.
Habakkuk-
Yes, an idol.
Get Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 18. So we gonna let us continue.
I
so
agree
it
with
says,
you right there. I do.
We
You
were
don't know
dead
how much I do.
in sins and trespasses.
That's true.
So until we come back to the laws, statutes, and commandments, we're gonna continue to be zombies. But what are we as a nation? What are we walking up and down the streets looking for? And what are we asking our oppressors? We begging and pleading them for what? Life.
The truth, the life, the
For
truth.
life.
For life, the
We
truth.
we gasping for air, and we with everything that's in us trying to feel alive.
That's right.
And in trying to feel alive, we think that life is in all the different philosophies.
That's right.
But life is in the commandments. That's why it says when we
They
keep
used to burn- they-
righteousness, it's
they
gonna make us
used-
alive.
They kill our ancestors. They kill them girls over there. Back there. What was that, Mississippi?
Uh-huh.
Those 4 girls back in '63.
Yeah.
I was born in '64.
They've been
I was born
killing.
in
Y'all wanna learn
64.
something?
They've been killing
I'm 53 years old.
since the
Do I
beginning.
look it? I got gray hair.
Well, you know what? The Bible says the gray hair is the experience.
Yep, it is.
So now, with that being said, what we doing, what we trying to establish with you is that even you in your age, you got a responsibility.
That's right.
And that responsibility is to be a light, man,
Yes,
to
yes.
all the youth.
They want to learn their
But,
nationality.
Okay.
I'm gonna talk to you later, Paul.
All right, brother.
I'm good to talk to you. I'm gonna talk
All right,
to you,
brother.
okay? I've
All
been
right.
here a long time.
Most definitely. So now, all right, bro.
All right,
So, sisters, nationality.
Come right up.
Step on up. So I'm gonna ask a series of questions just to jog y'all memory, and then we're gonna prove it according to the Bible. Y'all believe in the Bible, right? Y'all believe in God. Okay, so now, how did our ancestors get here to the shores of America? As slaves, right? But what type of transportation? On what? Okay, do y'all know that that's in the Bible? Did you know that that's written in the Bible?
We're in a Del Mar loop, brother.
Okay, so Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. So now, if y'all ever had any doubt about the Bible being real, let us show it to you. Because this book, was it not wrote before the Americas? Okay, so now, Deuteronomy 28 and 68.
And the Lord shall bring thee
So now, it's very key. And the Lord shall bring thee. So who's doing this? Okay, go ahead.
into Egypt again.
Into Egypt again. Egypt is a word that means bondage because blacks were enslaved in Egypt before, right? Blacks enslaved other blacks. The Africans enslaved another dark-skinned race of people. So now y'all know Moses saying to Pharaoh, "Let my people go," and they came out and walked through the Red Sea, right? So now God is saying He's going to send a nation of people back into Egypt, back into a bondage. Go ahead.
With ships.
How?
With ships.
With ships. A ship and a boat is the same thing, ain't it? So now, go ahead.
By the way whereof I speak unto thee.
Meaning the way that I'm saying is going to happen in the future because at this time it didn't happen. So this was a prophecy saying if we did not keep the commandments, then something will happen in our future. So now we read about the prophecy where God says a nation of people is going to go into slavery on ships. And the exact way I'm saying it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Go ahead.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
And then this nation would not see something again. The thing that they would not see again is their homeland. Right? Go ahead.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
And there, this nation will be sold unto our enemies. So now, who was sold unto their enemies? What nation in the earth? Who was sold on ships?
Hey, his name Will. He want to learn his
What's up, Will?
nationality,
How's it
too.
going? We're teaching nationality. So, right now we're establishing that in the Bible, slavery is in the Bible. And in the Bible, in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, God said he was going to send a nation of people into slavery by the way of ships. So we know that the blacks that's here in America are the only nation ever in existence to go into slavery by the way of ships, correct? Did it ever happen to the Chinese? You ever heard about it happening to the Arabs? What about the East Indians, the people with the dots on their head? No. So it only happened to our great grandparents, right? Okay, go ahead.
For bondmen and bondwomen.
And when they got off those boats, they were sold as bondmen and bondwomen. Go ahead.
And no man shall buy you.
And what that means, no man shall buy you, means nobody would free us. Y'all seen Birth of a Nation, right? What did Nat Turner try to do? He tried to free everybody, but did he succeed or did he fail? He failed. Because they end up dying, right? And the people stayed in captivity, didn't they? What about Harriet Tubman? Then she created what? The Underground Railroad. But did she free everybody? She tried very hard, and she did succeed to a certain point, right? So, but it shows that no man or woman in existence has been able to free us from the captivity that we're in, because we still in captivity. I'll show it to you. In slavery times, whites considered the blacks as their property, right? And they did to the blacks whatever they wanted to do, right? Did they get judged for it, or did they get away scot-free? Ain't that happening today? Because we are still what to them? Property. So that shows us that we are still in captivity. Don't go to work and see what happens. The lights gonna get cut off, ain't it? Don't pay your water bill. What's gonna happen? They're gonna cut off the water supply. So we are still in a captivity. The captivity we're in today is called a wage slave. They give us a little money just to stay broke. Because when you get your paycheck, what do? They take it all back with the bills that they created. God causes it to rain and they charge us for water. See, we still slaves. They just tricked us into, because they give us the same way that the slaves had to get a what to go from plantation to plantation? A pass, right? So now they give us freedom to roam on the plantation the size of a country. Instead of it just being St. Louis, he said you can roam this whole country, but you're still a slave. You can't leave the country without what? A passport. So they are still in control of us, or a license. You want to drive, you got to go to them for a license. So now get the 47 verse. I'm just proving a few things so that it's undeniable that this is us, ain't it? So now the 47 verse, check this out. 48.
Deuteronomy 28 and 48.
You gotta go? All right. You got the flyer, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, big bro. You still here? You going too? Well, let us finish. All right, I'm gonna let you finish. Okay, go ahead.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
So God says we was gonna serve our enemies, which He sent against us. Go ahead.
In hunger,
In hunger,
and in thirst,
and in thirst,
and in nakedness,
and in nakedness. Go ahead.
and in the want of all things.
And in the want of all things. So we got to go to our enemies for a license. We got to go to them for food. We only eat White Castles and Lee's and Popeyes because that's what they give us. You get what I'm saying? We only shop at Snooks and Dierbergs and all these because that's what they give us. So we got to go to them for the want of all things. Go ahead.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
What nation of people ever known to man had yokes of iron upon their neck? Our grandparents didn't. When you look at that, when you look at this picture here, they had yokes. Of course, right now it's a yoke of wood coming from Africa, but when they got here, they had actually metal collars on, right? You seen Birth of a Nation? That's the yokes of iron. So that only happened to our people, didn't it? Go ahead. So now read the very next chapter, and the very first verse is gonna give you the name of these people.
Deuteronomy 29 and 1. These are the words of the covenant,
So these are the words of the covenant. Go ahead.
which the Lord commanded Moses
Which God commanded Moses. Go ahead.
to make with the children of Israel.
To make with who?
The children of Israel.
So the people that suffered slavery by the way of ships, the people that had collars about yokes upon their neck, what did God call them? Read it again. So pay attention.
These are the words of the covenant
These are the words of the covenant, go ahead,
which the Lord commanded Moses
which God commanded Moses
to make with the children of Israel.
with the children of who? Israel. So that's who we are, brother. We the Israelites. So I guess you gotta go take it with you. If anybody ever asks you, what's your name? Will. If anybody say, Will, who are you? You better scream it, man, to where the whole neighborhood hear you. I'm of the children of Israel. And we God's chosen people. And we gotta come back to God and keep his commandments. Remember that. And the next time you see us again, stop and get a little more information. Stop and get a little more knowledge, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right, bro.
Text my sister real quick. She stay up there.
Who was it?
So I'm gonna text my sister. She stay up there. That's what's up.
What's up, big bro? What's up with you, man? Come closer, man. We out here, man. We kicking some knowledge, man. What's up with you, bro? I'm the water, man. What's your name? Xavier. Okay, Xavier. What we out here doing? You believe in Christ, man?
I already know what y'all like.
What we out here for? We speaking the truth? What's the truth then? Tell me what the truth is, man.
That's
Let me show you that real quick then, and then you can carry on, because I know you're on the move. So real quick, Psalms 119 and 142. Let me give you the truth, what it is, and then the next time you see us, give us a little more time, right? So Psalms 119 and 142, you said we're pushing the truth. So now you can have an understanding of what it is.
the book of Psalms, chapter 119 and 142.
151.
151. Thou art near, O Lord,
So it says, Thou art near, O Lord, go ahead.
and all thy commandments are
All
true.
thy commandments are the truth. So the truth that we pushing, that this Bible pushes, is the law, statutes, and commandments. So next time you stop, get some more of the truth, so you can start understanding. Okay, what is it, the truth that I need to follow? Right? All right, and we reach out, man. You got the flyer? Oh, man.
I got y'all.
All right, bro. What's up, big bro, man? What's going on? Come here, talk to me for a second. You gotta go. Hey, take a flyer with you. Get the brother a flyer. When you get some free time, man, really look at it and check it out. That's who we are. We the 12 tribes of Israel. All right, bro.
All them over. I'd be like, come here. And be like, them little kids are like, yeah, come here. What's up, man? How y'all doing, man? Hey, don't be afraid, man. This for y'all. Check this out. What y'all doing? Y'all hanging out? Yeah. Y'all looking for the girls? Come on, man. Y'all, come on. I ain't. How old are y'all? 17. I'm 28, so I ain't 10 years, only but 10 years, 11 years older than y'all, so I know how young men think. Let me come real close, give me 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna send y'all on y'all way. Because what's gonna be said, man, is actually for y'all. So now, Proverbs 23:27. So y'all is looking for girls, man. Check this out. Y'all be careful. And y'all as young men, man, don't be chasing the girls. The reason is, check this out. This is the Bible. Go ahead.
For a whore is a deep ditch.
So God says the woman, the girl that's cute, the best looking one, the one y'all looking like, damn, she fine, she got a big butt, right? The Bible called that a whore. Because trust and believe, you ain't the only set of eyes she done caught. So the Bible is saying that type of girl that's half dressed, got her butt hanging out the bottom of her skirt look like a t-shirt, right? The one that y'all looking at, God says that's a deep ditch. What happens with a ditch? You fall in it and ain't no climbing out. You know why? Because after you get it and you tell the homeboys, right? You get a phone call. One or two things will happen. You get a phone call and she got to call you and say, I went to the doctor today. And what y'all think she gonna say? That ain't the worst thing though, is it? Or she got something. That's the worst thing y'all want to hear, ain't it? Because now that first set in, right? Because now you want to know what it is, don't you? And then you want to know, am I stuck with it for life? When y'all as young men don't be careful and y'all chasing all these skirts, man, and not understanding the way that God wants y'all to be, y'all are following all the traps that y'all uncles, you know, a lot of our dads, you know what I'm saying? A lot of our older cousins, they all got baby mamas, don't they? And we are actually the product to where a lot of our dads ain't in our lives, is it? Because they was doing the same thing, chasing the skirts. And mom ended up getting pregnant. And then he was going on down the road, and then we left her, what? Looking for somebody to look up to, because the man we supposed to look up to, he ain't here. He ain't give us this information to say don't chase the skirts because it's a trap. Nowadays, man, child support is the #1 security for a lot of sisters. They ain't gotta work. They know that y'all gotta work. How would y'all feel like, boys, y'all got jobs? You got a job? How would you feel at you work your ass off 40 hours during the week, right? You get your check and it say $2. You know damn well you probably make $10 an hour. You know damn well your check's supposed to be $400. It's $2. You know why? Because you fell into that ditch.
What's up, man?
Because the girl that you was chasing,
I was just talking about you last night, man.
In mind.
Inbox me.
I need a bill pay.
It's on the north side, man, where
and
we grew up at, off Union and Claxton.
Who breaking their neck?
Union and West Florida.
She walking by all night and she looking for the one that followed her all the way around the corner. And she like, I got it. And she come up and she said exactly what you want to hear. And you like, oh, I'm the man. You laughing at the fellas, right? I got the digits. I got her number. And y'all don't understand. It's a reason that it's straight so easy. Because she the one with the plan, not you. You got one thing on your mind. You trying to have sex. And she trying to get a bill paid. And she like, I got another one. Because she already got one baby that you don't know about. That's at home with her mom. Now she looking for another. Now she needs to read Jordans. And in her mind, she need another son. Y'all young men, y'all gotta stop being suckers. And the way that y'all do that, man, is learn. Learn what's written in this book. Because who God wrote the Bible, right? God created man and woman, right? So don't he know how men and women think? So if he know how a woman think, don't y'all think he has the ability to write and to tell you how to avoid that? So as young men, y'all gotta learn, for one, that when you look at this sign, man, we the Israelites. That's y'all nationality. We are the 12 tribes of Israel. We are God's chosen, holy people. And according to the Bible, we supposed to be on top, not on the bottom. Right now, we on the bottom, man. Can y'all go buy the car y'all want? Can you go live in the house you want to? But the other nations do, right? We stuck with the leftovers. And the leftovers is some straight bullshit. It's all because we don't understand who we are, neither how So I just wanted to lay that on y'all. You know what I'm saying? Deuteronomy, one more, and then y'all can go Deuteronomy 28 and 59. So now, that disease, that thing, that burning feeling that you got, oh, you feel proud the day after, or 20 minutes later, I hit it. Man, it was all this and all that. God says this is what falls upon all the young brothers that is simple. So check this out, Deuteronomy 28 59.
Book of Deuteronomy 28 and 59. Then the Lord will make thy plagues
So
wonderful,
God said he was going to make our plagues, our sicknesses wonderful.
and the plagues of thy seed,
Go ahead.
even great plagues,
Even great plagues, go ahead.
and of long continuance.
What plague is out here today that's of a long continuance? Give me one. AIDS, right? What's another one? Herpes. The killers, man. That ain't something y'all want to see, is it? So the Most High God is saying he made these plagues for everybody that's gonna be out here doing what
what's
they
up,
wanna
brother?
do.
Give me a moment.
Trying to be the man, trying to be the fly boy. So y'all young brothers, be careful. Get a flyer back and then reach out so y'all can get more and y'all can protect yourselves. You get what I'm saying?
I was gonna tell y'all.
All right, young brothers, y'all carry on, man. Take that with. I just wanted to drop something on y'all minds so y'all can have something to think about. Because somebody, one of y'all, check this out. One of y'all gonna continue on, and y'all gonna be the one that this person gonna come. And y'all gonna be like, damn, what dude said was true. So y'all be careful, man. Y'all be smart and stop chasing these girls, man. Yeah. What's up? What's up? What's up? How's it going, man? I'm doing all right.
How you doing? I'm Rocky. Nice to meet you right now. What's up?
I don't know if I met Greg.
Yeah.
You met me first?
Actually, we was
Snooks. I got you. You didn't have all the grade in it. You wasn't showing it like you are that. Yeah, so yeah, okay. Yeah, that's that wisdom, man. That's that wisdom.
Don't cut this off.
That's that wisdom, man. Yeah, you gotta let it show. Because these young brothers, they need it. They need that experience. The mistakes that a lot of us make. You know what I'm saying? Check this out. This is what the Most High said. Just to give, we brothers, we understand. We know it's good to come converse in the scripture. Romans 6, Romans 8, Romans 8. So yeah, that wisdom, man, is definitely needed, man. Romans 8 and Romans 8 and 19. We started 19.
The book of Romans, chapter 8. Get it, sir? Romans 8 and verse 19. For the earnest expectation of the creature, waiting for the manifestation of the sons of God.
And so what's happening is, man, we got a lot of brothers and sisters, man, they waiting on the examples. They waiting on the man. Who do I follow? Who do I learn from? They looking for that wisdom. They waiting on the manifestation of the true sons of God. The ones that's going to hear the scriptures and then apply and then turn right back around and spit it right back out. Israel, man, they looking. Even though we see all the wickedness, man, and we see everybody cut their eyes when they see brothers read and they see the fringes and they hear about us talking about it. Even though, man, they doing that, trust and believe. You got a lot of people that's in the cut. They watching and they listening. And they know what we saying is right, but they doing something that we don't even do. They proving us. And they waiting to see, is this really a man in his word? Is this really a man of God? Because a lot of people, one minute they talking about God and saying they believe, and then you see them a month later, you see the total opposite. So a lot of people are really skeptical, man, on who do I believe and how do I know this person is really about what they saying. So trust and believe, Israel, man, they looking. The spirit is stirred up. You know what I'm saying? The numbers is now being fulfilled. Now they just waiting on the teacher. They waiting on an example. Go ahead.
For the creature was made subject to vanity.
So all of us, man, that did not have this from birth, you know what I'm saying? All of us that we walked in them same shoes are the people that we trying to gain. It says we was made subject to that vanity, man. The Most High allowed us to live our lives, not for vain though. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Not willingly.
Meaning, God don't want none of us to sin. But he allows that to happen for experience sake, because how these young brothers gonna know what the women up to if we didn't make the mistakes? Without us going through it, overcoming it, and then being able to see it with our eyes open, now we able to warn. We just want, talk to some young brothers that was out here chasing girls. Say, hey, watch out, man, they trapped. Those are traps. You know what I'm saying? Be careful. The Most High created diseases in the earth for every one of our brothers that's going to be simple, and he still want to be the player. So without the things that we've been through, we leave a generation here in the earth with nothing. Nothing to go off of other than they make the same mistakes. So we continue to do what we do. Continue to apply, continue to, in whatever lane the Most High put us in, keep moving. And when opportunity presents itself, because all Israel is watching, not just the ones that's looking for us to fail, we got enough of them. We got enough of people that we speak to and they know we Israel, and they just want us to fall flat on our face, but we also got the ones that's waiting to be led. So that's why I say I see the bird, that's the wisdom. Don't be afraid of that. When I got one little gray hair man, I feel so proud of it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, go ahead.
But by reason of him who have subjected the same in the hope.
Meaning, so the same way we came out of it, and the same way now we understand what not to do, we gonna then be able to help those same ones that's following in our footsteps. Hopefully we help them before they make the mistake. But even if they do go forth and fall prey to the same things we do, we still there to show them it's a way out, but it come at a cost. And that cost is now we gotta afflict ourselves. And that affliction is, we gotta go to the teachers. And we gotta let them tell us that our shit stink. We gotta let them tell us that we was most wicked. That ain't what we want to hear. We all want to hear that we doing a good job. We want to hear that, oh man, your faith is high. We don't want to hear with the Most High. We don't want that tough love to where he tell us to get our stuff together now. You know what I'm saying? Because this is how we really look. So we able to help those same brothers and sisters out of that same stuff and out of that madness and say, hey, this is what it takes to survive. This is what it takes not to be swept through the weeds like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption.
Right, because now they gonna be delivered from that bondage of corruption, that's sin. Because sin, man, it's a hell of a drug. It have our people, man, give them the ability to see it, understand it right in our face, straight understand it, and agree and say that's right. And then walk away 5 seconds later and still fall right back subject to it. That's what sin does. That's the power that Satan has in this earth. But you know what? He put us right back in their sin. He put us right back in their face. And he bring them right back around so that now, add a little more. You know what I'm saying? Add the next piece. And then, you know what I'm saying? Then that person, now they delivered from that bondage. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta keep our faith up, man, and not get down because we out here and Israel walk by and they cuss us out and tell us we're stupid, we in the cult. Because it's one nerve. It's just that one. And all our suffering and all the things we go through, our life would just be for one. Christ's job is to deliver the nation. You know what I'm saying? He's the one that's gonna get the thousands and the 10,000s and thousands of thousands. He the one that gonna deliver them. We might just need to be able to show 1 or 2 or 3. You know what I'm saying? And then work on ourselves too. Because we can't be so focused on them out there and not see the person in the mirror. So yeah, so we keep at it. It's a building process and we go every day, man. You know what I'm saying? Perfecting, because we all got room to grow. You know what I'm saying? And this is what we need, man. Actually, man, we gotta gather together, man. And we gotta put our minds, we gotta put our spirits, which is in the same spirit of Christ, with all the different experiences, and then be a light and a beacon of hope to that one that's meant. You know what I'm saying? Because one brother may understand marriage. You know what I'm saying? Another brother may understand how not to be a thief. another brother may understand how to stay out of the streets. So when we put all that collective wisdom, knowledge, and understanding with the experience together, man, this nation, the sky be cracking open, and it'll be time. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta gather, man. When y'all get a chance, show up. Let's build, man. Let's put this experience together instead of it's a spirit in the earth now with the Israelites, the same spirit that was with the scribes and Pharisees. Everybody wanted a name. You know what I'm saying? We read, y'all should be familiar with that during the time of Maccabees, when you had this certain brothers that were supposed to stay with the body, but they wanted to go out and fight because they wanted to get themselves a name, and then they got destroyed. So that's also a reason that a lot of us are being destroyed, is because instead of us coming together and putting our wisdom and understanding together, everybody want to start something they own because they trying to get a name, not understanding that we one spirit. We all trying to follow in the same spirit, which is right. Israel is Israel. You know what I'm saying?
Jamie? What you doing, man?
And whether you sit over the body, because this is so Ephesians 2. Ephesians 2. We get caught up, man, with titles. We all want to exercise that lordship over each other. That's a spirit that we got from the Gentiles. That's what Christ said. They wanted to know who was the greatest in the kingdom, and he said, no, y'all tripping. The Gentiles do stuff like that, trying to be lords over the people. You know what I'm saying? So Ephesians chapter 2, and we'll start at verse 10. 4 and 10, I'm sorry. I'm looking right at it, still saying 2.
The book of Ephesians chapter 4 verse 10. He that descended is the same also that ascended up from above all heaven.
So we understand that this Christ came off the throne. He humbled himself, man, in a fashion that a lot of us don't want to be humble. He came off his high, let me not word it like this. He came off his throne. And then he came up off his throne and took what kind of form in the earth? A servant. Nobody want to be the servant. Nobody want to be the waiter. Everybody want to own the restaurant. Everybody want to be the CEO or want to sign the checks. Nobody wants to be the waiter and tend to all the needs of all the different customers. Now the Israelites are the customers, and now we become the waiters, and we wait upon their needs. And everything they got, we give it to them, and we minister to them. Because truth be told, the waiter, he makes the business. Because without that excellent customer service, without coming to all the needs of all the different customers, nobody shows up. Right. So in the nation, with all the service, we make up the nation. Because when we come to all the needs of all the different spirits inside the nation, then we grow. It don't matter who is the head. Christ is the head. So if Christ is the head, then we all servants. But we forget that. That's why I mean we gotta gather together. And the more when we see each other, we take the leap of faith and we do it. The more we do it, you do it, I do it. We all do it, come together in the Christ, keeping the commandments. The more we set the example, examples always follow. But the problem is we all be afraid. We be afraid because sometimes it stings that we still ain't let go. And we are afraid of those things being exposed. They supposed to be exposed. Because we forget that even though man don't see it, who see it? The Most High. And we actually are hindering ourselves by being afraid of it being exposed, because the longer it go unexposed, the longer it continues to have power over us. So we got to come together. Come together and put the doctrine of Christ, the law, statutes, and commandments up here, and how we feel and what we doing on the down low, put it away. You know what I'm saying? And then live in this spirit, because Christ is the one that descended and then ascended back to his throne. So the example that he set of being a servant, now we all got to stop thinking so highly of ourselves that we can't serve. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
That he might feel all things.
Because he had a job to fulfill all things. He set the example for us. Go ahead.
And he gave some apostles.
So he gave some apostles. Was a good example of that was Paul one of the 12.
See, was Paul one?
Was Paul one of the 12?
No.
No. But when he repented,
Okay.
and because of his faith and his fear, he was one of the wisest brothers to ever speak on behalf of Christ and following the commandments. His understanding, man, excelled a lot of brothers. You know what I'm saying? Because of his fear. Because he wasn't looking for a name, he was trying to recover himself from all the wickedness that he did in his lifetime. Fighting and begging and pleading, trying to get the attention of the Most High because he wanted those things to be erased. Because without them being erased, he sought that judgment day, and they was still wrote, they wasn't blotted out, he was gonna be judged. So that's how we gotta come. We gotta come trying to undo all the damage that we done in the earth. So now it says he gave some apostles, go ahead.
And some prophets.
And some prophets, some brothers gonna be able to understand the prophecies and blow it, man. We would sit back and be like, dang, that brother, man, the spirit is in him. You know what I'm saying? So the Most High, he always gave men different titles, different jobs. Who sets the difference though? We do. Because each one of these brothers got a job to do in his respective order, right? The brother that ain't married, should he be teaching somebody about marriage? No, you got the brother that's been die hard in his house, going toe to toe with the woman and the children. The Most High gave him that spirit. But the brother that don't have a wife, he still want to do what? He still want to try and teach about marriage. That ain't his place. The Most High give everybody their spirit to do their part. And that's what we got to remember in this nation. So he gave some apostles and some prophets. Go ahead.
And some evangelists.
Some evangelists, they was able to speak on a lower level. Go ahead.
And some pastors.
And some pastors. Go ahead.
And teachers.
And some just teachers. A brother had the ability, he see something, he see a person defiling the Sabbath day. He been keeping the Sabbath day. So does that not make him qualified to teach somebody else how to keep the Sabbath day? Of course. Even in his smallest, that may be the only thing that the Most High has given that brother at that time. Of course he can teach it because he's applying it. So the Most High is raising us up to teach the things that we are applying. But everybody just want to cram as many precepts as they can to teach all things. When it ain't in us to teach all things, it's in us to teach what the Most High gave us. Right. And then be an assistant be an assistant to the next person that now it's his turn. You know what I'm saying? You talk to a brother about the Sabbath day, and then he got a question about marriage. Let me point you to this brother. And not, oh, well, I need to make sure I know what I'm talking about. No. And that's what's causing the different divisions amongst all the Israelite brothers and sisters. We trying to get a name, but we nothing. We dust. We dust. So that's why I say let's gather together, man. We keep bumping shoulders and rubbing each other. The Most High, like, when y'all gonna get it? When y'all gonna get it together? And what more do I have to do for y'all to take some accountability? Because who responsible for the young men and women getting gunned down in the street? Who responsible for the sons and daughters that's getting gunned down in the street? We are. Because we obviously know, right? So why don't they know? Because we ain't taught them. Because we too busy bickering with one another. Too busy to come together and then be the enforcers. You know what I'm saying? Come together and be the enforcers. So the more and more we see each other, let's continue to grow as men and let us jump out there and do it first. And then if the Most High want everybody else to follow, he gonna give them the spirit to follow. But regardless of what they do, we being told now. So now, are we going to be like our fathers and continue to try and do it on our own? Or are we gonna follow the spirit of Christ and gather ourselves together and then allow ourselves to heal each other, man? That's what we gotta do. We gotta heal each other. And until we do it, we're going to continue to struggle as a nation, and we're going to put ourselves at risk of missing out on the kingdom. Christ didn't do it by himself, man. When he had issues and when he
Talk to you again.
had struggles and
I
when his spirit was low, what happened? When Christ, his spirit was low, and he had struggles in the flesh of seeing how his people do, did he just say, I'm Christ, I'm cool, I get myself together? What'd he do? He prayed. He prayed unto the Father. And the Father sent different angels, talk with him, commune with him. So we gotta do that. We gotta come to the Father, man, by coming together. And we gotta help each other get our houses together. And then after we get our houses together, get the community together. You know what I'm saying? We gotta stop being afraid. We gotta step out there. You know what I'm saying? So hey, it's just some knowledge, man. We touch this, we do. When we got time, we get in the word, man, because that's the only reason we're here. And that's what it's about.
So y'all watch the videos, right? All right, let me get something.
Go ahead,
St.
go
John
ahead.
17.
I watch them as much as possible.
St. John 7. St. John 7. Verse 16.
Book of St. John, chapter 7, verse, you say 17 or 16? Verse 16. Christ answered them and said, my doctrine is not mine, but his that sent me.
Right, so we're really trying to build, man, like he was saying, you're going to know that what we speak when you send the classes, it ain't no twist or nothing added to it. We just go line upon line, precept upon precept. No man is really claiming this deep understanding. But this understanding we got, so we're trying to push something. I'm covered right here. Go ahead.
If any man will do his will,
Right, any man will do his will. Go ahead.
he shall know of the doctrine.
Right, he gonna know the doctrine. So in order to really understand, because it has been times where we'll ask brothers like they won't really understand the scriptures, and that's because if you're not keeping the commandments, then you're not gonna understand. You know, so we gotta keep the commandments, man, to the best of our ability, and not just us, but also our houses too. So get that in Genesis. Yeah, Genesis chapter 18. And you stay where you were. Genesis chapter 18 and verse 15. Genesis 18 and 19, I'm sorry.
Genesis 18 and 19. It says, for I know him, and he will command his children and his household.
Right, for I know him that he will command his children. So every righteous brother is going to, first we're going to make the commitment. Because we know that this sacrifice that we make leads to eternal life. Yes, the outside world going to think we're crazy. Your woman might think you're crazy before she get on the road. You understand? Your children, they're going to think you're crazy. Why? Because they all minded to the flesh. They don't understand God. They don't know God. We got to teach them about the Most High. We got to teach our wives about the Most High. When we read this Genesis 18, when the Lord came, he came to Abraham. He come to Sarah. He came to Abraham. And he said, for I know him that he will command his what?
His children.
His children. Go ahead.
And his household.
Stop. And his household, meaning his woman too. So, brothers, y'all gotta jump right in, man. Trust in the Most High. Make the sacrifices that it takes, whether it's a loss. You understand? Whether it's a loss, you know, it might have something to do with it. It might have something to do with the job. It might have to do with the way people look at you, the way people feel about you. But we gotta make that sacrifice as men. Because you know what? If we don't make that sacrifice, that the scriptures is talking about, we're gonna be looked at as not loving them or loving things more than we love him. You get what I'm saying? And that's not, because at this point we're investing in our future. We want a part, like it says in Wisdom of Solomon 6. We want a part in the throne and scepters in the kingdom. So today we got to make those sacrifices in our lifetime, and other people around us, they're not going to understand it. You kind of get what I'm saying? They ain't going to understand that. But we can't worry about. Do you got the apocrypha on there? Okay, so let's get what's that? 14? No. Let's go to 2nd Ezra.
Right, yeah. 15.
2nd Ezra chapter 15.
And like
I
3.
got you. Thank you, brother. And verse, we'll start at verse 1. Let y'all get it. 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 1.
2nd Ezra 15, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy.
Right, the words of prophecy. So go into the scriptures and tell them what their future is going to be like. What they're going to have for making the the sacrifices. Like when we read Matthew 19, and Peter, he asked the Lord, he said, what are we going to have? We've forsaken all and followed you. You get what I'm saying? When they say they forsook all, man, they dropped everything. They had, to them, it was sickening, man. Yeah, I can't say their afflictions, but personally, I know mine, and I know how people feel about me, and I know how they look at me, and I know the stuff that I don't do, and the places I don't go, and the things I've given up. So in my light affliction, I just say that. They said they have forsaken everything. So, and followed, he said, what shall we have? So we got to speak the words of prophecy. We're going to inherit all things. We ain't going to be on the bottom. We're going to rise to the top. We're going to rise to the top. And all we got to do is learn how to act when we on top, so that we're not running the world like the people that's running the world now, that the Most High don't like how the world is being ran. So we're right in the midst of this, learning how to be authority figures, and learning how to have unity, and learning how to have brotherly love and sisterly love, and raising children, and how we know how it's supposed to be with a woman. We know how to guide that. We know how to make sacrifices. We know how to make the tough, the hard decision. Like he told Abraham about his son. His first hard decision was to put his wife to Korah, or Hagar, to put her and his first son away, Ishmael. He waited all of that time to have a son. He was an old man. He loved that boy, man. I'm sure he threw his stomach up. You get what I'm saying? But the Lord told him, don't let it grieve thee. Hearken unto Sarah. Don't let it grieve me. You understand? So we toying around with, you know what I'm saying? We toying around with a lot of stuff that we got. There's an example right there. But he had to go off the words of prophecy. He had to trust in God, and he did trust in him. And then his second son, the Lord approached him again to tempt him again. You see the pressure that keep on coming, and then he turned around and told him to do away with him, the sacrifice, and then he was gonna do it. And the Lord said, you know what? I'm done testing you. I see you ain't withheld nothing from me. Are we Abrahams, or are we selfish? Most of the time we're selfish. Yeah, I think we're selfish. So to get out of the selfishness, the scriptures say God is not slack concerning his promise, which some men count slackness. Oh, he gonna pay up. He gonna pay up. That's why coming out the gate it says, speak out the words of prophecy unto them, because the prophecies that's going to give you something to look forward to, something that hope, kingdoms, mansions, thrones, rulership. Go ahead, brother.
What are words of prophecy?
What are the words? A prophecy is certain things that's going to come to pass. I'll give you an example. You holding that, you get 14:1, Isaiah 14:1. This is an example of a prophecy, something that you have to look forward to.
In Isaiah 14.
Isaiah chapter 14:1. Got it? Go ahead.
For the Lord will have mercy upon Jacob and will yet choose Israel
So he's going to have mercy upon us.
and set them in their own land.
Right. He's going to have mercy on us and he's going to choose us. Because right now we don't feel chosen. You understand? Look at the condition we're in. Go ahead.
And the stranger shall be joined with them,
So he's going to set us in our land and the strangers are going to be joined with us. Go ahead.
and they shall cleave unto the house of Jacob.
And they're going to cleave unto the house of Jacob. This is a prophecy. Go ahead.
And the people shall take them and bring them to their place.
So it's going to come a point in time to where you're going to take them and you're going to take them to a certain place. Go ahead.
And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
That's right. So what is this prophesying? That they're going to be the servants and they're going to be the handmaids. Go ahead.
And they shall take them captives, who captives they were.
So now they're in captive. So when you got somebody captive, yeah, now they can't go nowhere. They can't go nowhere. They can only do what you tell them to do. So they're going to sit there in the cage until we finish. They're going to sit there in the chain until we're finished. Until they're broken. You see how we're broken now and we're destroyed? It's gonna be double. They ain't gonna ever be able to recover, man. Ain't no recovery from that. So them chains gonna stay on that until they really realize that if you run, you gonna get slaughtered. It ain't no coming back. And therefore, everybody gonna know of these nations that if you run from us, when we kill you, it's death unto you.
Let them finish that out.
It's more. Yeah. It's more.
And they shall rule over their oppressors.
And we're gonna rule. Not be equal. Not be equal. So it ain't gonna be no more hands up, don't shoot. We're trying to preach that our lives matter. It means something. That's over. The 2/3 are doing that. We don't give two damn flies about that. You would never see us marching talking about our lives matter. You understand? Go ahead.
And it shall come to pass.
And it's gonna come to pass, meaning this is prophecy. It's gonna happen. Go ahead.
In the day of the Lord, that shall give thee rest.
When the day that the Lord gives you rest. Go ahead.
From thy sorrow,
From your sorrow. Go ahead.
from thy fear,
From your fear, from being afraid of them. You can't pay bills. You don't know if this traffic stop gonna end up in death. You don't know if you're gonna die because you don't have health insurance. They won't give you health insurance. You don't know anything. You don't know if you're gonna get sued. You don't know if you're gonna lose your house because you can't pay taxes. You just don't know anything. You have fear so much. Fear of living. Go ahead.
and from the bondage wherein thou was made to serve.
And the captivity when you was made to have to work. If you don't work, you don't what, brother? You don't eat. If you don't go to work, you don't do nothing. You got from the day from cradle to the grave, you got to keep on grinding. You got to keep on moving. That's gonna be over. Go ahead.
Verse 4, that thou shalt take up this proverb.
You know what a proverb is? A proverb is a saying. So now you're gonna be able to say to yourself, go ahead.
Against the king of Babylon, and say, How hath oppressor seen?
That's right. How have the oppressor ceased? So we're gonna be bragging like, wow. Now look at you now. You ain't running nothing now.
Right.
You ain't the boss of nothing now. Look at you. So that day that we long for, this is the day right here. Go ahead.
The golden city ceased.
The golden city ceased. Meaning the country of the Americas is over. Done deal. Toast. Go ahead.
Verse 5. The Lord has broken the staff of the wicked.
Right. What is the staff? The rulership. That's going to be broken. That power is going to be gone. Go ahead.
The scepter of the ruler. He who smote the people.
Right. He who smote the people in wrath. We know who they are. Every run-in that we run into them is always violent. Anytime they go to arrest somebody, if they not hitting them with the shotgun, they straight killing them, slamming them on the ground. Everything. Always smiting the people in wrath. Go ahead.
With a continual stroke.
Right, and won't stop. Won't stop. There's nothing you can do to stop them. You can't march. Marching ain't stopping them. Asking them to stop ain't stopping them. Saying, creating little movements, getting some of their own people that see that, hey, why are you dealing with these people like this? You got white people that deal that march with us and be like, hey, why you doing them like this? This not right. That ain't enough to stop them. Nothing stops them. Their own people don't stop them. They just bloodthirsty. Go ahead.
He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted.
He himself is persecuted. See, he never knew that this Bible is a Bible full of prophecy. He didn't know that what he had. But you know what? Now the Spirit of the Most High is in this earth. And now it's inside of brothers. And we opening it up and reading it because the Spirit of the Most High is on us to actually tell you this is what's going on. This is what's happening. This is what you investing in. So you living a life of giving up sin and setting your house in order so that you can see this. It ain't nothing that exists that's worth seeing this right here. Payback and vengeance. And the rise of your nation instead of always the fall of your people. Go ahead.
And none hinder.
And ain't nobody gonna stop it. None hinder. It ain't no fighting back because listen, you dealing with God. Let me ask you a question. If a tornado come through here, what bullet gonna stop it?
Right. Missile not gonna stop it.
So if we rain fire, ain't nothing gonna stop it. Nothing can stop the Most High, man. Nothing. Go ahead.
Verse 7, the whole earth is at rest.
See that? The whole earth is at rest. That's because the United Nations and all its allies is over for their reign. And when the dust settles, you know who's going to be standing? The black and Hispanics and Native Americans that kept the Most High's commandments. Miraculously, you're going to come through the fire. That 1/3, you're going to come through the fire. And you know what? They're going to be so surprised. I want you to get Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. They're going to be so surprised at what happened. And how did you make it? Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, and verse 1.
Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness. Wisdom of Solomon, 5:1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness.
Right. So you see who's left? The righteous man. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness. Go ahead.
Before the face of such as have afflicted him.
That's right, because now they got to take them captives. Before the face of such that have afflicted him. Go ahead.
And made no account of his labor.
Right, and he didn't have. And who's making him pay for what he's doing? Nobody. Nobody. But you know who gonna make him pay? The Most High gonna give us the power to make him pay. He gonna give us that power. Gonna be given to us, and through Christ down to us. Go ahead.
When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear.
That's right. When they see it, that the hand have shifted, because they know ain't no mercy coming. They're gonna be what? Read it again.
When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear.
They're going to be troubled with terrible fear. So what happened to the big bad old Marine? To the Army, to the government, CIA, FBI, the police. They're terrible fear. then now the cowardness is gonna come out. The real man without the badge. So then they all gonna be what they say when before they killing us, they was what? They were afraid for their life. I feared for my life. Now you gonna have a reason to fear for your life.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation.
And they're gonna be so amazed on how we got up out of that jam that they had us in. Cause they got us. They deceiving the whole world. They got us hate. They got us hating this. They don't even want to hear this. That's why the Lord said, put it into their ears, brother. Okay? He said, put the words of prophecy in their ears. And it's supposed to be brothers like y'all brothers and other brothers and sisters that's supposed to hear this. But 2/3 of the people ain't. But see, what they don't understand is that one part, that's the part that's going to get them. That's the part, that one part, that's the one that's going to get them. Okay? Go ahead. So let them roll. Let them strut back and forth. Let them lavish in their riches. Let them do their thing. Go ahead and kick it and enjoy yourself. Because it's going to all soon come down. It's going to be over. Go ahead and exhaust yourself. Burn that energy off. Because it's going to become a day or time when the Lord going to judge this thing in righteousness and you ain't going to prevail. Or he going to wake you up from the dead to burn your legs. That's what he going to do. You going to get up. You going to get up. You going to get up to get this work. Just like we going to get up to get it. But we going to get up to everlasting life.
Right.
That's what we're dealing with. We going to rise to everlasting life, and you going to rise to get this work.
Right.
Go ahead, bro.
So far beyond all that they look for.
So far beyond all that they look for, because they feel that their name shall continue forever. But you know what? The Lord said, It's going to come to a halt. Hold this and let's go back to Isaiah 14. Isaiah chapter 14. And remember where we left off at. So far beyond all that they look for. Verse 9.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14 and verse 9. Hell from beneath moved for thee to meet thee at the coming and stirred up.
So hell from beneath is the what?
Stirred up.
Right, from the beginning.
Hell from beneath is moved from the.
So what position are they going into? Yeah. Right. They're going into hell. Hell is a condition. You know how you never wanted to die and go to hell? Guess what, buddy? You're there. You're there. We walking down and doing the chambers and through the streets and narrow patches of hell. Now we're in hell. We never thought. I was young. I was like, I don't want to die and go to hell. Man, I grew up and realized I was there already, brother. Hell is a condition. Okay? So now, but the scriptures say hell from beneath. I'll let you get it. You got it? Or you somewhere else?
You went back to
Yeah. Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 9. I'll let you get it.
That's 14 and 9.
14 and 9. Right. Same thing, just one chapter. Got it?
Yeah, I'm there.
All right, go ahead, brother.
Hell from beneath moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming.
Right. Hell is meat. Hell is meat. So we're changing places. We're changing places. Remember they went into captivity.
What?
So they changing places. See, you got to fathom. It's hard for you to fathom because they got military. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay, all praises. Yeah. So it's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming. So far beyond what they ever imagined. You understand? They never imagined. So they got all their inhabitants, all their blood relatives, not understanding this. They say, oh, it's going to be all cool. It's going to be okay. That's okay. We'll build shadows then. We'll build a shadow.
That's what they think.
We'll build a shadow, and we'll go over there.
Yeah.
See, that look like that'll blind you, brother. You gonna go up there, that'll blind you. We can see that from here. You understand? Oh, we're burrowing the ground. We're burrowing the ground until the dust clears.
Right.
You just, yeah. Well, guess what? He gonna send hunters and fishers.
Right.
And we gonna pull you up out that hole that you dug for yourself. And we got some change waiting for you. You didn't think we would be out here. What you expected? Get out here. Get out here. Get out here.
Shoot, the rocks gonna squill on them wherever they try to go.
Nah, he ain't gonna let him squash it. We got him. Go ahead, bro.
It's stirred up.
Right,
Today.
yeah, they ain't gonna get out here. They gonna wish them rocks buried them. When they come out, they're gonna wish that them rocks had buried them. It's stirred up the dead. Go ahead.
For thee, even all the chief ones of the earth, it has raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. Verse 10, and all that shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we?
And all they shall speak and say unto thee, or thou also become weak. So all Africans, the Arabs, the East Indians, all the other nations, the Chinaman, they all gonna be like, wow, is this happening? Did this happen unto you? Yeah, it happened unto you. Go ahead.
Art thou become like unto us?
Go ahead.
Thy pot that brought down to the grave.
Like pomp. You know what the pomp is? Like your style.
Okay.
Yeah, your style. You once had class. You watching TV and now what's this McCauley name? The white boy that's always showing off the Lincoln. He's so stylish.
Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew.
Oh, Matthew.
Matthew. You know, he come out with the nice sleek clean suit on.
Yeah, right.
He gets in the Lincoln and he's perving and swerving. You understand? That's style. That's style. America's trying to let you know we got pomp. We do this. The Lord said, your pomp, what happened to your pomp?
Brought down to the grave.
Brought down to the grave. Go ahead.
And the noise of thy vows.
And the noise of your vows. You know, all the music that they made. Go ahead.
The worms is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. Verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, the son of morning?
Right, O Lucifer. Why is it calling him O Lucifer? Because the spirit of the devil works in this nation. That's why it's being called O Lucifer. This ain't Satan himself. This is a nation being called Lucifer. Go ahead.
How art thou cut down to the ground?
Right, they cut down, they're gonna be cut down to the ground. This is prophecy, brother. So this is listen. You know, men will give their whole lives to see this, to be a part of this retaliation. You understand? The taste of victories. The taste of victories. You give your life for this. All you gotta do is not steal. All you gotta do is not kill, not commit adultery. Teach your family. That shouldn't be the hardest thing. Have brothers. That's not hard. And then on top of that, you get the gift of immortality, where you live forever, instead of running around here doping, committing whoredom, fornication, lying, stealing, burglaries, killing. That's ludicrous anyway. That don't even sound right to me. Even without this. You understand? So with this, then on top of this is charity. A right to live righteous, that's fine. But this is a charity. You see what I'm saying? Not only is this icing, but this is the cherry, brother. This is a cherry on top. You're like, okay, I get the sweet taste of vengeance. Okay, all praises. You know, go ahead.
Which did it weaken the nation.
Which did weaken the nation. So all the nations are corrupted because of this man. Go ahead.
Verse 13. For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation.
Right. He said he will be over the Israelites, and that's why he created Christianity. Go ahead.
In the side of the north. Verse 14. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
So he have replaced himself. Now he said he will be like the Most High. People will worship him. People will fear him. He is worshipped because he changed the image of Christ. People will do what? People will fear him. People will obey him. People will follow him. So in all actuality, he feels that he is the Most High. You understand? So he's like, I will be like the Most High. This is a man. This is a nation of, this is a man that feels like this. Okay? A government that feels like this. That have taken over the whole face of the earth. If it's in this earth, they're like, it belongs to me.
Yep.
Why you think they just went over? Where'd they go? Syria? Why you think they went to Syria? Oh, it ain't had nothing to do with no weapons. Because they had oil. They discovered oil. So they went to take that. Rivers of oil. They say, I gotta get this. They got it. They got it. Yeah, they got it. They control the earth, the whole earth. Go ahead.
Verse 15. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell.
Do you see how long this is? This is. Do you see the continuation of this? He said, but yet you're gonna be brought straight. You're going straight to hell. So somebody would think we're tripping for this.
Right.
How we tripping? And listen, like I said, did we twist anything? We're just reading it. He said you're going straight to hell. You're going to be brought to hell. Go ahead.
To the side of the pit. Verse 16. They that see thee shall narrowly look up thee and consider thee, saying, is this a man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake the kingdom?
Go ahead.
Verse 17, that they made the world as a wilderness.
That they made the world as a wilderness. You know what that means, brother?
Destroyed the world.
They destroyed the world. Except the places where they live at. This is so Andre that you can have a facility that you live in, and then right across the street not give a damn.
Right.
Not care. For the next 10 blocks. Until you want to go to another facility that you want to do something in, and then you'll build that. You allow the world to be a wilderness because you don't want people to be on your status? And yet you want a part or a place in the kingdom of the Lord. You have a lot there. Your lot is the yoke.
Yeah.
Go ahead, man.
And destroyed the cities thereof.
And destroyed the cities.
That open not the house of his prison.
And open not. You go to jail under this dude, you're not getting out. You know how many fathers, uncles, brothers, nephews, nieces, mothers that went to jail on drug charges, but yet their kids got a smack on the wrist. They sit in penitentiary now. You understand? For marijuana, and yet they give their boys legalized stores and shops and give them the right to grow it. Where's our uncles at? You ever seen a documentation about prison? I just saw one last night. It's full of black men. Talking about how violent they are and how they the craziest of the crazy. And they ain't never getting out. Sitting there with 4 life sentences. How you give a man, he gotta live 4 times plus 20-something years?
40-something%.
Man, shit be more than that, brother.
45%, I think.
Don't listen to they numbers. Don't listen to they numbers. Shit, brother, we probably make up in the high 80s, down to 90% of the population. And when you see a white population in prison, they only protecting them by not sending them to a black prison. They send them to a prison where there are other skinheads. Man, these prisons are full of these prisons are full of 80-90% black people, black and Latinos, and Native Americans in prison. That little small population that they got of white people, man, don't touch the population of black people in prison, man.
They build them because to fit us in the dream.
I look at them documentations all the time, man. Saying what them dudes and did. Everybody in did something. Go ahead, though. Read that part again. Yeah, verse 17. Nice and strong.
Verse 17. That made the world as a wilderness.
Right, he made the world as a wilderness, man. This government don't take care of the world, man. Go ahead.
And destroyed the cities thereof.
And destroy the cities. The only places that he take care of is his little gated communities. And then have the audacity to want to play a part in the kingdom of the world that's going to come. You have your kingdom. They got their kingdom now, man.
They got their gates.
They got it now. Right around here, man, not far, right off of Union. And right off of Linden. You understand? In Linden, right? Okay, between Union and Kings Highway, those private streets and down King, you can't go down there. You can't go down those streets. Those are right here in the midst. Those are gated streets. You can't drive down there. I just went out bicycle riding with my children, and we was gonna take a shortcut. We was right on the side of the park. We're on Linden, right before Kings Highway, right at Union. And I tried to cut through the street, and private security put up and say, "Hey, you can't come through here." I'm like, "Wait, we're on a bike. We're just cutting through private property, private street. You can't cut through here." Oh, gated community, you can't cut through. Well, guess what? When you read the scriptures, our gated community, you're not welcome
At all.
You can't come in here. Gated community. That community has 12 gates with 12 names of the 12 tribes of Israel. That's who lives there. Because without our dogs, all other nations live outside. You have your inheritance now. Enjoy it. Finish enjoying it. Because the hell that we living in, we don't like it. And we definitely want you to taste it. Read.
That opened not the house of his prison.
And you don't let us out of jail. They don't let us out of jail, give us tickets, oppress us, do all manner of things against us. Go ahead.
Verse 18. All the kings of the nations, even all of them.
All of them. You hear what the Bible says? All the kings of all the nations, even all of them. All Asian kings, all Arab kings, all African kings, all European kings, all Persian kings. Not the black and Hispanic and Native Americans who are oppressed. Not them. But all the other kings, even all of them. All of them. Go ahead.
Lie and glory.
They lie what?
Lie and glory.
They rich as hell. They rich as hell. They got money, man. This is words of prophecy that's going to come upon you black and Hispanics and Native Americans. The Lord wants you to know that they got money. So you don't have to, you don't got to fuss with them, you ain't got to fight with them, you ain't got to kill them, you ain't got to do nothing. Just keep these laws, statutes, and commandments and be patient. Go ahead.
Everyone in his own house.
Everyone in their own house. Their house is not like yours, brother. Where the plumbing don't work, where the roof leaking, where the floor squeaking. They got the finest, brother, they got the finest of everything. You understand? A refrigerator is a glass door. The television on one side. I can't even name amenities because guess what, brother? Every year, ain't nothing outreach for them. You understand? Nothing. They don't have a problem with used cars. They sell the used cars. The used cars are like the trash. Yeah, they donate them. They donate them and then we have to buy them from a lot. So the scriptures say, man, they lie in glory. Go ahead.
Verse 19. But thou art
Now
cast.
come on up.
But thou art cast out.
But thou, check this out, but thou art cast out. We're cast out. But you have a bunch of us that are ignorant. We want to give the kingdom of the Lord back unto them. You can't give it to them, man. They can't have a piece of it. Get this, hold that
Some
what
of
you
our
got,
people hear this stuff
and
and they
get
try to protect us.
and get Daniel chapter 244.
They try to protect you and all this stuff. It's crazy.
Daniel chapter 2, verse 44. Read that.
Daniel 2:44.
Nice and loud.
Book of Daniel chapter 2 and verse 44. And in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a king.
And check this out. When is it going to happen? It says, in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom. How is the Father going to set up a kingdom? And the king and these kings, they already ruling. He's setting his kingdom up now because he's sealing the instructions of his servants in our mind, brother. The kingdom is within. It's in us on what we should do. Go ahead.
Which shall never be destroyed.
Right. It ain't gonna ever be destroyed. So as long as we continue to build and grow, we say no. It ain't gonna never be destroyed. We ain't gotta worry about it. Is it gonna go backwards? Is it gonna fall to pieces? No. It's not gonna fall to pieces. Go ahead.
And the king shall not be left to other people.
You hear that, bro? Yeah. So can you share?
Can I share it?
Yeah. Can you give it to the nations? Can you give it away?
No.
He said, "Oh man, we gotta do it without them."
Yep.
Read it again. That's right. Read it again. And the kingdom shall not
And
be
the
left.
kingdom shall not be left to other people.
Right. So we can't give it away. So all of our people that's in Christianity,
They're trying to give it away.
they're trying to give it away. You can't.
They're our friends. What about them?
Yeah, they can't. They're gonna
Always
die.
sending to
They have to repent. They have to repent. They got to come into this understanding of the scriptures. Okay, so let's go back. Where we at? Isaiah. How much more we got?
Now, it's in 18 now, 17. 17. Yeah, we still in.
Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 18 now.
Yeah, now it's in 18.
So we're going 19 now.
Book of Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 19. But thou art cast out. But they are cast out of thy like in the grave, like an abominable branch. And as a remnant, is as a raiment of those that are slain, thus through a sword that goes down to the stone of it, the pit, as a carcass trodden under feet.
Right, verse 19. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as a raiment of those that are slain, meaning something that somebody doesn't want. This is talking about all the kings, all these nations that go down to the stones of the pit, and as a carcass trodden underfoot. Verse 20.
Verse 20, thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land, and and slain thy people, and the seed of evildoers shall never be renowned.
Right, renowned. The seed of evildoers ain't gonna never be renowned. You can't make them famous. They can't be the servants like we're the servants of the Most High. We're renowned. The Lord has made us high above all people. We're the holy people of the Most High. We're a peculiar people. They could never be that because they are seed of evildoers. They come from their fathers. The same things that their fathers did unto us when we were captives in a fucking backyard like a dog. Even if it's a 10 square lot of acres, you couldn't lead a plantation. It's the same thing now. You go to work and you can't even take a vacation. You got to keep coming back and forth to work without taking a vacation. You can't miss a day of work. It's the same thing, man. Instead of it being a small plantation, it's a city. You can't leave the city, bro. and you go home and you better be back here in the morning and you better be on time or I ain't giving you nothing, I'm firing you. Because I already know, they already know that if you don't work, you ain't gonna eat. You can't eat. So guess what? You in a habit of showing up because they won't give you no money to where you can just get lazy on. These niggas won't come to work. No, they won't come to work if we give you money. We ain't gonna overpay you. Because we overpay you, you get nice things, then you think you're something. We ain't gonna give you no reason to come up against you. We're gonna always outsmart you. Okay? We're gonna always. I tell people all the time, just a few years back, just something simple as the price of gasoline. Remember gasoline was like 59, 69, and 79 cents. No, they don't remember that. Me and you remember that though, right? You could go to the fuel station with $20 and it wasn't even no thing to buy gas. You fill up with $20 or less than that, it was good. It was less than that, you was good. To drive wasn't no thing. If somebody gave you $5 for gas, they did the thing. They did the thing. If they gave you $5 for gas, they did the thing. Yeah. Now today, $5 won't get 2 gallons of gas, and 1 gallon is like milk.
Yeah.
You understand? Milk, that's a gallon of gas. So now just think with $5 you was able to get more than 5 of those. All right, so where'd you stop at, brother?
21. Verse 21. Prepare a slaughter for his children.
Right, prepare slaughter for his children. How do you gonna prepare slaughter? Oh, you don't gotta go get weapons and guns and this, that, and the third. You gotta mentally know and understand that his children are gonna be slaughtered. Why?
For the iniquity of their fathers.
Right, because of the sins of their fathers. Right. Did not they reap the benefits from being the privileges, from the wealth from their fathers, from all the enslavements, the businesses? Aren't they participating in all the things that their fathers did? That's right. The only difference is time. The same thing that their fathers did is the same thing that they doing today. They doing modern day lynching right out in the middle of the street, man. On every gas station, they pull you up. They pull up to the local convenience store. They gonna put you to death, man.
It may not have been the murderers, but they're accessory to the murder.
Brother, they murdering now.
Yeah, they are.
They still murdering right now today. They still murdering. And we think that they bad. Their fathers were the same way, man. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing. So they have to be stopped by God, the Most High, man. And we can't be a tax unto them. The scriptures say prepare slaughter for them. That's how you think about them. Go ahead.
That they do not rise.
That they do not freaking rise. Go ahead.
Nor possess the land.
Right, nor possess the land. So they can't possess the land. What land do you think this is talking about? This is the land of Jerusalem. Go ahead.
Nor fill the face of the world with cities.
That's right. Nor make a comeback to where they gonna fill the face of the world with cities. So now let me ask you something, brother. Where y'all be building at, man? Since you know this.
Oh yeah. Man, you know,
and I think you told me about your uncle before.
Yeah,
when we first bumped up. Yeah. It was like, yo, me and my uncle, we be getting it.
Yeah, that's what we're pretty much doing now. But I still, time to time, man, sometimes go over I see or whatever. And I
okay.
But, that's what I do sometimes.
Oh, okay.
But we'll talk about that. Sorry about that, man.
It's all right. It's all right.
Most of the time, man, just like me and him, we'll get together and read, and go to scriptures,
All right. So have you read this chapter before?
Yeah, I have. I probably got it. Should.
Okay. Let's finish it then. Let the brother come back up. Let's go back to 8. Second Ezra 8. Yeah. Because we was in Ezra, no, 15. You hold that. We was in Ezra 15, 2nd Ezra chapter 15. And verse 1, and then we'll finish up Wisdom Solomon 6.
The book of 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy
So
mouth.
did I answer the question? That's just an example. There are many prophecies.
Yeah,
But this main prophecy here about the end of the world and Israel got next, we got to put that in y'all ears, man. Go ahead.
Which I will put in thy mouth,
He said he's going to put this in our mouth. So it's the Most High that's having us to say. Go ahead.
said the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper.
Right. Go ahead.
For they are faithful and true.
He said these things are faithful, man. Faithful and it's the truth. Go ahead. Fear not.
Fear not their imaginations against thee.
Right. Fear not. So you're going to have sons, wives, mothers. It says don't be afraid when they speak against thee. Go ahead.
Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee.
Right. The incredulity means they don't have the power to believe. That's what incredulity means. They don't have the spirit to believe. Not the incredulity of them which believe not. Go ahead.
That speak against thee.
Right. That speak against you. Okay? Because they'll be telling you, oh, you got this wrong, that's a call. You wrong for this, you wrong for that. Nah. You got to have the spirit to ignore that, bro. You got to understand the mission that y'all brothers are on, man. Our brothers, you can't build by yourself, man. You know, y'all can't build by yourself. You know, and neither can you feel like, well, I don't want to be ruled over. We like what he was trying to say, that the Most High give us a spirit to do things, brother, together. But we gotta be taught. We gotta be taught. And you can't feel like, well, I'm at this age, and because I'm at this age, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. It ain't about dogs or tricks. It's about the spirit of humility and the Most High calling us to repentance. That's what this thing is about. Because it's like what he was explaining, and he was saying that the life that y'all live that life for a reason, to give a testimony. And that testimony, along with the testimony of other brothers that the Most High hooked y'all with, it do nothing but strengthen the body of Yashala, meaning the nation of Israel. Because there are a lot of brothers and sisters that's out here that needs that testimony. And if you're truly ready and want to give that testimony, the first thing that you will begin to do is to set your house in order. Well, first, come learn how to get your house in order. Come learn how to get your house in order. You understand? Because the fellowship is something that does it. Being equally yoked together with unbelievers, seeking out such that think and feel like you. That's where it starts. Okay? Can you get, or you can lose that? Get 1 John chapter 1. Maybe 1 John 1. The book of 1 John, chapter 1. Yeah, 1 John chapter 1 and verse 5. Give him a chance to get it.
All right, I'm there.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is the book of 1 John chapter 1 and verse 5. This then,
No, you talk. I'm on Jesse.
okay.
No, you just go ahead.
All right. This then is the message which we have heard from him and declared unto you, that God is light, and in him no darkness at all. Verse 6, if we say that we have fellowship with him and walk in darkness, we lie.
Right.
And-
So that means, like a lot of brothers, they claim to be in the truth, but then the walking in darkness is they still have sins. They say, well, I'm getting together. Well, we can say what we want to say, but if we still walking in sin, then we're lying. We're liars. All right. Go ahead.
and do not the truth.
Right. And we're not doing the truth. Go ahead.
Verse 7, but if we walk in the light as he in the light, we have fellowship one with another.
Right. So if we walking in the light as the Christ is in the light, then we'll have that fellowship. You brothers gotta have consistent fellowship. You don't have to fellowship with the general assembly. Wherever the Spirit leads you. You understand? And the commandments are being taught, and you changing and you growing. All praises. Okay, go ahead.
And the blood of Christ, his son, cleanses us from all sin.
Right. So the fellowship is set up to cleanse you from sin. That's the whole duty of fellowship. Without fellowship, you'll be in sin. With fellowship, you know, the fellowship is gonna show us so much about one another. We're gonna get to know one another. We're gonna be like, yo, brother.
Delmore to Clayton Station.
That's not true, brother. That's an unjust dealing. Yo, brother, this gotta be in order. Yo, brother, you can't do that on the Sabbath. You understand? Yo, brother, your wife gotta be like this, brother. You know, teach your wife this. Yo, brother, now you can't do that. That's the fellowship. What the fellowship does, it cleanses away sin. Because it gives you an opportunity to have somebody say something to you. That's the whole purpose of fellowship. Yep. I mean, so you get in that?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So that's the whole purpose, man. We gotta have we gotta have fellowship. All right. So what are you holding? Okay. So lose Second Ezra and Wisdom of Solomon. Yeah, we can stop. We can finish. We can lose that. Let's get 1 Corinthians 3 and then that's it. 1 Corinthians 3, that's it for me. First Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 4.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 4. For while one saith, I am of Paul, and another, I am of Apollos, are ye not carnal?
Right. So we're not worried about that. One say, I am of Paul, another, I am of Apollos. So the whole objective is to come together. So I'm kind of looping back around to where he left off at. You know, a lot of people worry about being called or saying where they from or who they deal with. Okay, go ahead.
Who then is Paul?
Right, who then is Paul? That's what I said. It doesn't matter, you know, you fellowship with us, long as y'all brothers, you know, make sure that y'all get someplace, stabilize yourself, fellowship, so that you can grow and your houses can grow. Because best believe that what you cannot do is be a person that's about the truth, but then you're not working on your house. The woman is not applying the scriptures. The woman is at home, not keeping the commandments. The children, they don't listen. They off to themselves. How'd they get like that? Because you didn't do any work. So when the house is like that, it's like that because not fellowship, lacking of fellowship. Forsaking the assembly in Hebrews chapter 10 and 26. You can't do that. Okay, go ahead.
Who is Apollos?
Right, who is Paul? Who is Apollos? Go ahead.
But ministers by whom ye believe.
Right, but ministers in whom you believe. Read.
Even as the Lord gave to every man. I have planted, Apollos watered, but God gave the increase.
Right, so the whole purpose of growing is, okay, you got to end up someplace. Wherever you've been, let's say, for instance, that's Apollos. Then you went someplace else, or you show up here, that's Paul. The end of it, the Most High is going to increase. Because he's going to speak to us and show you the scriptures and say, hey, this is what you're supposed to do. And then you're going to go home and you're going to wrestle with it. Because it's not an easy thing. It ain't going to be yellow brick road. The scriptures say correction is grievous. Our people, they love this Roman world. You understand? The world has got them sprung, man. Our wives, our children, You know, if we're not careful, some of us, we love it. This is the, brother, if you wanted to know what Sodom and Gomorrah was like, look around. This is it. It's only modern day. You can do whatever you want to do. And it's to the point to where they say, forget God. Remember the man said he set himself up to be God. And so if he set himself up to be God, then guess what? Whatever you see him do, it's okay to do it because that's godly. I saw a woman on social media put her tongue in the mouth of a possum, brother. You know how lewd that is? This is preposterous. You saw it? So we got, listen, man, we got to come up. Yeah, so that's another, yeah, that, and it wasn't that one, that was another one. That where they ate the Fruit Loops. Yeah. The Fruit Loops, that's another one. Yes, and yeah, so you see, so now listen, so if they setting themselves up right, she drinking a dog urine, somebody cures cancer, she's out of her damn mind. Did she look like she had cancer?
She will have it. You'll have it.
Yeah. So then, yes, brother. And so then with that being said, if they set themselves up, why do you think it's so hard for our wives to come up out of this situation? What do you think? Remember Lot's wife. What was Lot's wife deal? She looked back. She looked back.
She didn't want to give it up.
Yeah, exactly. So those are the problems that we're going to have. But guess what? You need the strength of the fellowship to be able to go and deal with that. Because without this friendship, without this fellowship, without this correction, and with our brothers being right there knowing that, yo, man, I got you, man, go do this, and giving you the words to go back and say again, you would just go sit down and she's going to do what she's going to do what she's going to do. She's going to do what daddy tell her to do. And you know who daddy is? Daddy is God of this world. So we got to set our house in order. Okay, is there more? Let me see where you at, brother. Verse 7, read that.
So then neither is he that planted anything, neither he that watereth, but God that giveth the increase.
So the whole purpose of going through this whole cycle of life, man, and learning in different stages from hearing this minister and that minister, like you said, who on Paul or Apollos, nothing but ministers, is to lead you to the increase of the Lord. All right, go ahead.
Now he that planteth and he that watereth are one, and every man shall receive his own reward according to his own labor. For we are laborers together with God.
For we are laborers together with the Most High. That's what the brother's trying to say. Yeah, we are laborers together with the Most High. Okay, go ahead.
Ye are God's husbandry.
Right, you are God's husbandry. Read.
Ye are God's building.
Go ahead.
According to the grace of God, which is given unto me, as a wise master builder. I have laid the foundation, and another buildeth thereon. But let every man take heed how he buildeth thereupon. For other foundation can no man lay than that is laid, which is Christ.
Right, so can't nobody else, we can't do nothing else outside of than Christ. So the life that we live, we're building a foundation. That means we're trying to build a spiritual house. We're trying to grow up in the truth. You can't do it no other way than the way this book says. Okay, this is the only way to do it. So I'm gonna let the brother show up. I know I got up here and got winded. I just wanted to share, this one point. I started off here, and then the spirit drifted someplace else. Then you asked that question about the prophecy. Well, what is the, like some examples of prophecies? That's one of them. Israel returning to their glory, taking the nations and putting them back into captivity, things like that, man. So. All praise to the Most High. I hope you was able to understand that part, right? And several other things. Us rising up as a people. This right here is prophecy. Isaiah 30. Yeah. Okay. This right here is prophecy. The book of Isaiah, chapter 30, and verse 20.
Verse 20. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity
Right. And though the Father, he gives us the bread of adversity. Go ahead.
and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers.
Right. The Lord said that our eyes will be able to see those that teach us. They're going to teach us in spirit and truth about Christ. And that Christ, what's the significant part about Christ? I want you to get Romans chapter 8. The significant part about Christ, brother, is that Christ is the King of the world. And our life in Christ makes us heir to the throne along with Christ. Romans chapter 8 and verse 16.
The book of Romans 8 and 16. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit.
Right, the Spirit itself, meaning the stuff that we do, the way that we respond, the way that we live, the way that we teach, that's the Spirit of the Most High. That bear record by itself. What did Christ send us out? He said he made us gentle as a dove, harmless as a dove, wise as a serpent, but gentle as a dove. That's the Spirit of the Most High in Christ right there. The same way that Christ, when he came the first time, he didn't come to bring no judgment to nobody. We're not coming condemning or judging our people. We're crying aloud, telling them to repent, showing them their transgressions according to the scriptures. That's the Spirit of the Most High in Christ. You understand? Why our people in sin, telling them to repent, putting the words of prophecy in their ears, saying, hey, the kingdom is for you. You're gonna be high above. Okay, read.
That we are the children of God.
Right, that we are the children of the Most High. The Israelites are. Those that are black and Hispanic and Native American, those that are Latino and Indian descent that make up the tribes of Israel, you are the children of the Father. Read.
And if children, then heirs.
Right, and then if children, then you are heirs, brother. We are heirs, and we have to go for it. Okay, read.
Heirs of God.
Heirs of the Most High. Go ahead.
And joint heirs with Christ.
And joint heirs with Christ. That's why it's so important to follow the teachings of this brother, man, because he showed our people, our foreparents, how to live in this earth and please the Most High and set aside their own selfish ways and deeds, even though that we had to walk in the affliction and the prophecies that was in this life. You understand? So I think that's it, right? Go ahead.
If so be
Right.
that
If so be, go ahead.
that we suffer with him.
If so be that we suffer with him. Okay, how we gonna suffer with him? We're gonna suffer because we're gonna suffer the afflictions, man. We're gonna deny ourselves. We made a lot of mistakes. We got a lot of things wrong. And when he come and he show us something different, then we're gonna take the Lord and say, well, that's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. A lot of our people, they in the drug business, that's wrong. A lot of our people in the pimping business, that's wrong. A lot of our people in the selling the unclean food business, that's wrong. You understand? It's a lot of things that we do that are wrong. A lot of our people in the brawling business, they gonna be a professional fighter. I'm a knockout artist. You knock people out for a living. That's wrong, brother. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna love the man you knocked him out? How's the man gonna love you back and you knocked him out? You gave him a concussion, you broke his jaw, knocked his eye out of socket. That's love. Gave him a hug. Put his earring out. You hit him in the ear. You know. So all the hatred that has got to stop, man, for our people, amongst our people. We lack knowledge and we destroy ourselves because we lack that knowledge. So that's it. Go ahead.
That we may be also glorified together.
Right, that we may be also glorified together. So the whole objective, man, is to return back so that we can be glorified, you understand, with our King, Lord, and Savior Christ. And we actually got to believe in Christ, though. You know, we actually got to believe, man. When we start doing this and walking in this, we're gonna know that the Most High only gave us this spirit because we believe in Christ. This is proof that Christ is real. The spirit that He gave to us. This is proof of the existence of Christ. Because without Christ, our foreparents, they couldn't do this. They only had the laws. It was just like words in a book. But now with the Christ, Now we have the spirit to put it into action. So we definitely want to hear from you brothers, man. You know, even if it's out here again.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks a lot, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, bro.
Well, hands cold, man. Put your hands in your pocket, man.
Nice meeting you, brother. All right, now. I'm Yash, brother.
Yash.
Yes. What's up, brother?
All right, brother, y'all see ya, man.
You too, sir. Nice to see
We'll
you.
be back.
Thank you,
I
man.
think you
Definitely.
remember me, don't you?
Yeah, I remember you.
Where?
McDonald's.
Yeah.
Give me some.
I mean,
No, we just
You remember me? Nah, you
we our spot is
You
on
was
the
on the
north
south side.
side.
You stayed south.
Blacks in West Boston.
I think I was up at Schnitt's one
That's
day.
where the school is. We be over there Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And Saturday mornings, we go
I
out in the
remember.
streets. We something.
Yeah, I thought it was over there,
We
man.
hit the road.
You sure wasn't there,
We
man?
just back up the road.
Yeah,
I did cyber service.
Yeah, right. At McDonald's.
We went out
You was
early.
coming across the lot. I thought, man, I thought it was you over there. Man.
Yeah, give us a contact number, or I think we got contact on the
Man,
flyer.
you don't
You know,
ever hit up?
Fowler Park.
Well, I know you from somewhere, though, man. No, there's no south side to home. Where are you from?
Getting ready to take him home.
This guy's. I'm just thinking the south side.
Let's go with him. We came on over.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, anything
Yeah,
good?
man, just that zeal.
He said he made you perfect.
And then I'm
Nah, I go there.
my brothers.
You know, I go there.
One used to be a prophet.
Nah, cause then how I'm gonna see you then?
He's, they call him Frank James. The reason they
Be in the
call
video, be like, yeah, I know him.
so-called knowledge of young woman is a so-called organization now from me studying getting more knowledge, he's come to me now, asking me questions. Not I won't say attack. Just getting it from both sides to where they can study
Well, you know what? I tell people all the time, man, the best place to fight that type of war, man, is with brothers. You know, show up, man, and then you invite your brothers. Because we eat, sleep, and drink, crowd, wake up, drink, eat the same thing that's word and living it over and over and over. So we'll be able to answer God willing their questions.
Yeah, see, I might be old, so to speak, but I'm humble enough to refer to some, even though they're younger, know wisdom of how
I did really agree.
give them some, but I'm willing to defer to a younger person. All right, man, we're gonna get out of here because I got to get ready.
Hey, appreciate you coming out, man. Good looking out. That was good to sneak up on us like
Hey, Sham, he even gave you a good point back then when we met. When I met him. I was like, yeah, Sham, good guy, man. Straight up.
Bitch.
Dinner time.
Francisco, you got jokes?
Yeah, hey, for real, he got that look, don't he?
And then one walked up on OB and James looking like he was a zombie. He was drunk. Yeah,
What's up, Chad?
You can shut it down. We can get home.
Book of Matthew chapter 26, verse 6. Now when Christ was in Bethany in the house of Simon the leper, there came unto him a woman having an alabaster box.
Right until somebody else come up.
According on his head as he said in me. But when his disciples saw it, they had indignation, saying, to what purpose is this waste? For this woman might have been sold for much and given to the poor. When Christ understood it, he said unto them, why trouble ye the woman? For she hath brought a good work upon me. For ye have the poor always with you, but me ye have not always. For in that she hath poured this ointment on my body, she did it for my burial. Verily I say unto you, whatsoever this gospel shall be preached in the whole world, there shall also this that this woman hath done be told for a memorial of her.
Right, so wherever the gospel was preached, Christ always gave his commandment to make mention of his sister Mary, who set an example for the rest of the nation of Israel on how to humble herself, how to acknowledge her sins, and then be sorry for her sins, come to Christ, and then repent. So with that, we say shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. Until one person show up.
Everybody start grabbing the sign. Everybody start grabbing something. I don't even know where y'all parked the It's cool.
Shalom, shalom, Israel. Let's get in the beat. Most High and Yahweh shall bless, man. Hey, all praises for y'all brothers and sisters sticking with us. Come. What's up, brother? Take a flyer, man. Hey, get this brother a flyer.
There you go, man.
Come here, man.
This teacher your nationality.
So you want one too, bro?
You want to change. You gotta make sure
All right,
that
man.
you straighten your life out when you don't gotta have nothing.
Yeah, so we gonna get out of here. Benia Banyasha Allah, what's up, brother? His brother snuck in the campaign on us, man. Got that word in our praises, though. So listen, God bless, man. Most High in Christ be with y'all. Y'all send up prayers for the General Assembly. General Assembly definitely send up prayers for y'all, all right? Francisco, no, that wasn't him, man. Yarael, what's up, brother? Yeah, man to man, we gonna get in that these brothers get in. Shalom, Felipe. All praises, man. Brothers, you sick? What's wrong, huh? What's up, brother? Give me a call, Jay, when we get off. Let me know what's going on, man. We got to put you in the prayers, huh? You don't listen to me, man. I keep telling y'all brothers to get that. All right, Israel. Hey, y'all have a blessed night.
I'm talking about we looking sharp.
I'm doing that for a reason.
I see.